guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Leslie, and in this video I'm going to show you how to make this crochet bucket hat that I showed in my last video about things I've been crocheting. So go ahead and check out that video somewhere up here. Check me out on my socials. If you have any questions about the tutorial, let me know down below. I'll get back to you. I hope you guys enjoy it. Bye.
Okay, so we're going to get started with supplies. First, you will need a 5mm crochet hook, some scissors, and some yarn. The beige color I'm using is from another project that I'm just unwinding. So to start, we're just making a slip knot, and then I'm going to put the hook inside of the slip knot. So I like to start off any circular project with a chain 3 and a slip stitch instead of a magic circle, because I find that it's easier and less likely to fall apart. Okay, so I just chained 3, and now I'm going to slip stitch into the first stitch. So you just insert your hook, yarn over, and then pull through those 2 loops. And that's going to be the very center of our circle. So now I'm going to chain 3, and this chain 3 will count as a double crochet. Next, I'm going to place 11 double crochets into the center right there. For double crochet, you just insert, pull up, wrap around, pull through 2, pull through 2, and I'm going to do it again. Yarn over, you insert your hook into the middle, you yarn over to pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So we're just going to keep repeating that and put 11 double crochets into the middle of the circle. Okay, so here I did 10, but I'm just counting back. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then that 3 chain that we did in the beginning counts as a stitch, so I just need 1 more double crochet. That's 11 double crochets plus that chain 3 stitch that we used to start off the round. And I'm just counting 1 more time to make sure. And now I'm going to slip stitch into the top of that chain 3 stitch. So you insert your hook into the top of that chain, yarn over, and pull through 2 loops. That's the end of the first round. Now to start off round 2, we are going to chain 3 again. We'll be doing this at the beginning of every row, and it counts as a stitch. So we're going to increase in every stitch this round. You're going to put a double crochet inside of that chain 3 space, right where I pointed to. So you double crochet there. And in the next stitch, we are going to increase as well. All an increase is you're just increasing the amount of stitches per stitch. So we're just doing 2 double crochets in 1 spot. So you're going to see me do that right there. That's a second double crochet for that chain. At the end of this round, you will have a total of 24 stitches. Make sure you're counting that chain 3 space we did at the beginning. So you should end with the 24 stitches for this round. So I'm getting closer to the end of my round, but again, it's just the same 2 double crochets in every stitch. So I just finished up the last increase, and you again just count back, especially if you're beginning, just to make sure you have the 24 stitches, and then you're gonna place your slip stitch to end the round at the top of the chain 3 that we did at the start. So slip stitch, you just yarn over and pull through both of those loops. So that is the end of round 2. For round 3, we're going to go ahead and chain 3 and place another double crochet into that chain 3 space right there in that little hole. And that'll be an increase. In the stitch right next to it, we're just going to place 1 double crochet. The pattern for this round is going to be increase, double crochet all around. So right next to it, we're going to place 2 double crochets for an increase. So we're just going to repeat this pattern for the rest of this round. 1 double crochet, and then in the next stitch, you're going to do an increase. And I'm just speeding up the video here for editing purposes, but feel free to slow it down and rewatch it if you just want to go over making those stitches. So here we are approaching the end of round 3, and you should be ending with just a double crochet. You shouldn't be ending on an increase because we started on an increase. So to finish off this row, we'll just do that 1 double crochet, and then we will join at the top with a slip stitch as we have been doing. Okay, to start off round 4, we are going to chain 3 and place another double crochet into that same spot where we did that slip stitch, and that will count as our first increase. So now we're going to place 1 double crochet in the stitch next to our increase, and then in the stitch next to that we will place 1 double crochet. After those 2 normal stitches, we're going to place an increase. So we'll do 2 double crochets in the same stitch. Pattern for this round is going to be increase, 2 double crochets, increase, and that'll be for the whole round. So I'm showing you here, if you lose track of whether or not you did an increase, you can kind of tell because increase kind of look like a V shape. So here we are approaching the end of the 4th round. And every single time you end around your last stitch before the slip stitch should be a single crochet, because remember we started with an increase because we're counting those chain 3s at the beginning as a double crochet because it's the same height basically. So you should be ending with single double crochets, just one double crochet, no increase. You should not be ending on an increase for these rounds. And once again, we just finish off the round with a slip stitch. Now round 5 is going to be the same. You chain 3, you put an increase in that slip stitch spot, and now the pattern is going to be increase, 3 double crochet, increase. And we're going to do that all the way around. So I'm just pointing out those 3 stitches that are just going to get 1 double crochet. That's 1. That's the 2nd. And the 3rd. And then we're going to go ahead and place an increase right in that stitch that I'm pointing to after we did the 3 normal double crochets. And you're going to repeat this pattern for the rest of the round. So here's what you are left with at the end of round 5. Round 6 follows the same pattern as the previous rounds. This time, instead of 3 spaces in between each increase, you do 4. So I did round 6 on camera, and this is the off of camera, sorry, and this is the end of round 6, where I'm going to show you how to do a color change. So you finish off as normal, you go ahead and do your slip stitch. You pull through one of those loops. You leave the other one on there, so I'll do that again. You insert your hook into the top of the chain, you yarn over, and you only pull through the first loop. So at this point, you're going to take your second color and you're going to get ready to attach that on. My yarn's a little crinkly because it's from an old project, but it'll work fine. So you just hold it over your hook. I like to just pinch it with my fingers, and you're gonna pull that new color through. And I take the old color that's still attached and kind of pull on things to just make sure everything is tightened. And you're gonna do a chain with your new color. And you continue like normal. You just chain 3 and do an increase. And this is actually going to be our last round of increasing for a little bit. Okay, so as I mentioned, this is going to be our last round of increasing for a little bit. This beige color is the start of round 7. So for this round, we're going to do the chain 3 with the increase, 5 double crochets, then another increase. 5 double crochets, and then another increase for the rest of this whole round. Here we are at the end of round 7. Now for rounds 8 to 15, we're not going to do any increases. We're just going to join with slip stitches at the beginning, chain 3, and instead of placing an increase, we are going to double crochet just once in every single stitch. and you should have a total of 84 stitches, including the chain 3 at the top of your chain. So right there in that stitch where I just pointed, we're just going to slip stitch, chain 3. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to make sure that the color change you did is secure. So I just snip off the old yarn and tie a nice tight double knot with the color that I had it. So I did 6 rounds in that cream color, and I'm gonna just switch back to the green I was using, just doing another color change as I showed previously. But as I mentioned, for row 8 to 15, we're just gonna do the 1 double crochet per stitch. And this is just changing colors. You always have the option of just using one color, especially if you just want to try out the hat pattern like as a beginner. Because changing colors, it can be a little tricky, but really it's not too bad. So here I am at the end of round 15, where we're gonna start doing some double crochets again. So for some reason I went ahead and undid that slip stitch to show it again on camera. But for round 16, we are going to chain 3, put a double crochet in that same stitch as our increase. Then we're gonna do 6 double crochets, increase 6 double crochets all the way around. Our stitch count at the end of this round will be 96 stitches. So where we left off on our increases, the amount of stitches between the increases was 5, and that was back in round 7. So we're just picking up where we left off. Round 16, we're gonna do 6 double crochets and then an increase. So here we are at the end of round 16. I'm just counting. Again, like with our other increases, you should never be ending on an increase. You should always be ending in the same amount of stitches that you've been kind of keeping in between our increases. So we're gonna end up with 6 normal double crochets because we started off with an increase with that chain 3. So we're just gonna finish off with 6 double crochets. Now for round 17, we're gonna chain 3, increase in that same space, then we're gonna do 7 double crochets and an increase. So just repeat that for round 17. You're gonna do increase, 7 double crochets, increase for that round. Okay, now for round 18, it's going to be the same process. You're going to start off with your 3 chain increase, 8 double crochet increase, 8 double crochet increase, repeating all the way around the circle. I decided to end my hat after the 18th round. You can go ahead and try it on, see how it fits. If you want it to be a little bit longer, go for that 19th round where you chain 3, increase, and then you're going to do 9 double crochets, increase 9 double crochets all the way around. Now here I'm going to show you how to, I think I'm going to show you here how to end the pattern. You're going to do a slip stitch, you're going to pull up a little bit. I like to do slip stitch, chain, pull up a little bit, and then I cut it with a scissors. And that'll be the end of that. Now for cutting ends, I like to leave at least 1.5 inch tail so I can go ahead and weave those in with a sewing needle later.
Okay, so I hope you enjoyed the tutorial and you have your own little bucket hat. Again, if you have any questions, just let me know below and I will definitely get back to you. If any parts seem confusing, I apologize. I would love to clear it up. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, please subscribe. And have a good day. Bye.